1, 2, 3. Ready? Are you fixing your hair? Stop tickling me. Hi, it's Felicia and Jacob. Today we are going to be making mini cheesecakes. I'm going to be making 3 different flavours. One's going to be a plain one, which you can turn into a mixed berry cheesecake. Also, I'm going to be making a chocolate Turkish delight cheesecake, and the last one will be an Oreo's cookies and cream cheesecake. So if you want to know how to make it, just keep watching. To make a cheesecake, you will need about half a packet of plain biscuits. I'm going to be using milk arrowroot, but if you have any other favorite plain biscuits, you can also use that. You will also need about a teaspoon of vanilla essence or extract, and you also need 3 teaspoons of butter. If you are making a large cheesecake, you will probably need an extra teaspoon so you can grease your cake tin. You will also need 1/3 of a cup of white granulated sugar and 1/4 of a cup of sweetened condensed milk. You will also need 250 grams of cream cheese. I'm just using the light Philadelphia cream cheese. You will also need 1 packet of unflavored gelatin and 1 tablespoon of hot boiling water. You will also need half a cup of thickened cream. If you are making a plain vanilla cheesecake, that's all you would need. I'm also going to be showing you how to make 2 other different types of cheesecake. The first one will be an Oreo's cookies and cream cheesecake, and the other one will be a chocolate Turkish delight cheesecake. So it will be a chocolate cheesecake with little pieces of Turkish delight in it. Start by crushing your biscuits. I'm just going to be putting it in the food processor. So just putting some biscuits in. Oh no. Oh no. Don't tell me to move. So this is what you want the crushed biscuits to look like. So pretty much like a kind of like sand texture. Now we're just going to put it in a bowl. Can you put it in the bowl? 1, 2, 3. Good boy. I just melted some butter in the microwave for about 10-15 seconds. Now I'm just going to be adding the butter slowly, a little bit by little bit, until I've got a wet sand texture with the crumb biscuits. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of butter, and then you're going to slowly mix.
2,
yeah.
3.
2, 3, yes. Okay, mix, mix, mix.
No, see. No.
Slowly, slowly. So that's what it should look like once you've put the butter in. So it's just like a wet stand consistency, so it can stick together and it can also crumble.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! Now you're going to fill it with the cookie crumbs. So I'm just going to put some in each. So what you're just going to do is just use the back of a spoon and just push the biscuit down. Put them in the fridge until you are ready to use them. So to your 1 tablespoon of hot water, add your gelatin. Make sure it is unflavored gelatin, so just add that in there and just give that a good mix. Now grab your large mixing bowl and your electric beater. Start by getting your cream cheese and putting that into your large mixing bowl. Make sure your cream cheese is at room temperature so it is easier to whip. Start by giving that a little mix. Next, add your white granulated sugar and give that a good mix for a couple of minutes until the sugar is dissolved. Next, add your condensed milk and give that a good mix. Next, add half a cup of thickened cream, also known as whipping cream. Now give that a good mix until the batter is really thick. Next, add your vanilla and your gelatin mix. Make sure your gelatin is still liquid or it will set and it will not mix well with the cheesecake mix. So if you are planning to make just a plain vanilla cheesecake, the batter would be ready. So that would just be ready to put on top of your base, and then you would put that in the fridge. To make the berry sauce, all I did was get 2 little raspberries, 2 little strawberries. They're all frozen fruit. So I just chopped it up a little bit. A couple of little blueberries and some blackberries. Just put it on low heat, and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of water, maybe 3 tablespoons, just a teaspoon of sugar. Just grab a whisk and just give that a good mix and just let it cook and just keep mixing. Okay, that's ready. Let the mixture cool in the fridge until your cheesecake is set, and then you can put it on top of it. Before I let the vanilla cheesecake set, I just put some of that berry sauce and just kind of mixed it in a little bit for an extra bit of extra flavor. Now whatever's left over, I'm just going to split in half. So now to half the mixture, I melted about 100 grams of milk chocolate. You can use dark chocolate or any other chocolate you would like. And I'm just going to put that in there and mix the chocolate in. So to the chocolate cheesecake, I'm just cut up into little pieces some chocolate, and the chocolate that I used is the Turkish Delight Cadbury one. So I just cut that in little pieces, and I'm just going to add that in there and just give that a little mix. And now that's ready to put on the base. So they are ready to go in the fridge. To make the cookies and cream cheesecake, just split open some of the Oreos and pretty much just use the knife to take the cream off. If you're making only half like me, you'll probably need about 7 biscuits. If you're making just a full cookies and cream cheesecake, you will need 1 whole packet. And now you just want to pretty much just crush the biscuits. I'm just using a knife to chop it because if I put it in a food processor, it'll pretty much all just turn into crumbs. You probably could put it in a food processor, but I find it a lot easier just to cut it with a knife. So you pretty much just want them all different sizes. You could probably also just put it in a Ziploc bag and use a rolling pin as well if you wanted to. Now your cheesecake mixture. Now I'm just going to be adding my cookie crumbs in there. I'm going to save some of the Oreo crumbs just so I can put it on top of the cheesecake. So I'm just going to give it a little mix with a spoon. You do not want to use a whisk or a electric beater because it's just going to crush the biscuits even more and just pretty much change it into a grey brown kind of colour. Now I'm just going to spoon in the mixture. And just put a bit of cookie crumbs on the top of it. It's not funny! It's not funny! It's not funny! It's not funny! I had a little bit of the cookies and cream cheesecake mix left. So I decided just to make a little one for my little helper so he can try this a bit later on when it sets. They will take about 2 to 3 hours to set. If you did make a large one, it will probably take about 4 to 6 hours for it to set. It will be probably better to make it the night before and let it sit in the fridge overnight as well. To decorate the berry cheesecake, what I'm going to do is just put a blackberry, a raspberry, pretty much what I put in the sauce. Put the berry sauce on top. To decorate the cheesecake, the Oreo cookies and cream one, all I'm going to do is just put a Oreo in the middle and it's already got the little crumbs around it. For the chocolate cheesecake, I just melted some milk chocolate and all I'm going to do is pretty much just drizzle some on top of it. So this is how my cheesecake turned out. That is the Oreo cookies and cream cheesecake. That is the chocolate Turkish delight cheesecake. And that's my vanilla cheesecake that I turned into a berry cheesecake. Now it's time for the taste test. Do you want to have some?
No.
Is it yummy? Try it. You trying the berry one? You like the berry one? Careful it doesn't fall off the spoon. Try the chocolate one? Try it, try it.
No.
Looks like the berry cheesecake is Jacob's favorite. The cheesecakes can stay in the fridge for up to 3 days, and you can also freeze it for a couple of weeks, and then when you do want to eat it just the night before, just put it in the fridge and it should be defrosted by the next day when you want to eat it. Well, I think that's about it for my video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Can you wave? Oh, no. Well, thanks for watching. Bye. Hi. You wave.